everyone, and we're back in video number 3 for our PowerPoint. So our last writing pattern, number 5, is cause-effect pattern. So in this kind of paragraph, the author presents reasons or causes of an event or conditions and the results, the effects of those events or conditions. So when they're talking about the cause, the author might use words like because, the reasons, causes. And then when the author is talking about the effect those causes had, they might use therefore, consequently, thus, as a consequence. Now, causes always come before an effect, but the author might not always list them that way. So let's take a look. So here in these two sentences, the causes are in red, and then the effect is in blue. The first example we have here, the extreme changes in the weather are due to global warming. So here our effect is the extreme changes in the weather. The cause of that is global warming. But we could reverse that, and we could also say global warming has caused extreme changes in the weather. Okay? So always remember with cause and effect, the author might put the effect before the cause. Let's take a look at how that looks like. So in a paragraph, your event, whatever's going on, is your main idea, and then that paragraph could list the causes. So maybe they're just looking at the causes. Maybe that paragraph is just looking at the results. Okay? Or they're doing both. So there's 3 different ways this paragraph could be organized as, just like with our comparison and contrast pattern. So let's take a look at a paragraph. For families in the military, deployment, the time when a military person leaves his or her family and engages in training or combat, affects many aspects of life. Because the couple and family have no control over where or when the family member will be deployed, it produces uncertainty. Those who are deployed may experience the lasting effects of trauma from their war experience. The family members remaining at home experience the effects of separation, reunion, and other difficulties. Sleep disorders, anxiety, depression, and other mental health issues can also result. So here our topic is deployment. It's our term that is in bold. In this first sentence, that's our stated main idea. It defines what deployment is, as well as showing that it affects many aspects of life. So how does it affect many aspects of life? It produces uncertainty because they don't know when that person is going to leave. The person who has to leave might go through lasting trauma effects, so PTSD, things like they list in the last sentence, sleep disorders, anxiety, depression, and other mental health issues. Those family members who were left behind, they also might experience the effects of separation, the reunion, and then other difficulties as well. Okay, so here's our cause, the deployment, and then here is what the effects are of deployment. All right, finally, the gray box. There are always other things to keep in mind. So number 1, always remember that our list and sequences are different in an important way. Remember, order matters for sequence. So remember, list is our grocery list, sequence is our recipe. All right, order matters in a recipe. Number 2, you want to avoid identifying every paragraph as having a list pattern. You want to look at the relationship of the ideas, okay? Excuse me. Just because they list things doesn't necessarily mean it's a list. You got to check to see what it's all about. Also, authors might mix patterns together, okay? So they might have to define a term as well as talk about similarities and differences or cause and effect and things like that. And then finally, always longer selections may contain several patterns and an overall pattern as well. All right, so that is the end of our PowerPoint for Chapter 7. Remember, those are the 5 writing patterns that we're going to talk about. Remember, they're on these specific pages. Next, you need to go and complete Chapter 7 review cards. Remember, there's only certain cards that you're going to do that with. So you're going to do the one on page 389, the bottom box on page 391, and the top box on page 392. And then you have to complete the Chapter 7 review guide. And then for week 13, You will have to read selection 7.2 in your book, complete questions 1 through 20, plus respond in writing only number 1, and then complete the chapter 7 test. This is all due Wednesday, December 16th. But remember, that's during finals week, and your final, you have to take it between December 14th and December 18th. Okay, so those kind of all overlap, so make sure you're planning out your time. If you guys have questions about anything, please let me know. Please stay safe as COVID cases are going up, as well as hospitalizations. I'm doing this video before Thanksgiving, but if you all celebrate Thanksgiving, you're probably watching this afterwards, so I hope you had a good Thanksgiving, and I hope you all have a safe and happy holiday season as well. And I will talk to you later.